Drive 615. Let's go for a drive. This is the 2020 BMW X6 M Competition. I've had this vehicle as a press car from BMW for the past week. I've gotten to know it inside and out, daily driving, and getting to know all the features and experiencing all the performance this vehicle has to offer. We're first going to take a look at the exterior, then we'll hop inside, take a look at some of the interior technology, then we'll go out and take it for a drive. Let's first start here. These gorgeous 21-inch competition wheels. We've got the 6-piston M Sport brakes, drilled rotors. These wheels are staggered 21s and 22s. You'll notice here a nice little bit of M flare in this vehicle. Right behind the front wheel, we've got this little vent right here with the tricolor M logo. Work our way around to the front. We have the Icon adaptive LED headlights with the BMW laser feature. This is part of the executive package on this vehicle. Huge air intakes through here. I love the double bar kidney grille in gloss black. That is part of the competition package. You get some gloss black features, which I really think ties it in nicely. That's a point of contention for a lot of people, was this front grille, but I think it looks excellent on this vehicle given the size and the overall shape of it. We'll work our way around through here. Obviously tons of MJ&A on this vehicle. We have our M mirrors, which I've always loved this little bit through here. I love it on the sedans and especially love it on the SUVs. Work our way around through here. We've got the shadow line trim. This is a Sport Activity Coupe, so you lose a little bit of the slope on the roof line through here. We've got two spoilers, the one coming from up here as well as the one on the rear trunk lid. Let's go ahead and open up this rear hatch and take a look at the space we're working with. Before we do that, let's take a look through here. Gorgeous rear diffuser, quad exhaust, dual on each side. Let's go ahead and take a listen to that. It sounds incredible. Jump in and see how much trunk space we're working with. Automatic rear hatch will open up. We do have this sunshade here that deploys out, kind of folds out like that, folds right back in pretty easily. My favorite feature though in the back hatch right here, you'll notice you'll pop this up, and that will automatically open for you. A lot of these cars you kind of have to like maneuver it or get it to work with this. You put spare tire through here, some tools, whatever you need, kind of good storage. But I do love how that automatically opens. We'll do an automatic close of the rear boot. Let's go ahead and take a look underneath the hood. Another pretty cool feature that you'll like. When opening up the front hood, there's no latch, so you don't have to kind of fumble around to see what side it's on. It's different on every car. This simply pulls right up. You'll see it very clean, nothing. You just pull the hatch, good to go. I mean, look at this, 4.4 liter V8. I mean, what more could you ask for? This is coming out of, again, a Sport Activity Coupe, so you get this stuffed up underneath there. You'll notice the bracing through here really makes for an all-around well-performing vehicle. Let's go ahead and hop inside and take a look at some of the interior features now. The exterior color of this vehicle is mineral white metallic, and the MSRP is $129,795 as tested with all the options. You look through here, absolutely gorgeous two-tone black and mid-rand beige. On the interior, plenty of carbon fiber. We have a Bowers and Wilkins sound system. Sounds absolutely incredible. We'll touch on that later when we get inside to some of the technology. Really ample legroom. There's this cool little compartment here. It's kind of interesting. I really couldn't figure out what to put in there. Could fit maybe a phone in there, but you'd kind of have to put it at an angle. You could not put it just flat. So it's a little storage compartment through here. All right, so now that we're on the inside, I'm just gonna go over some of the key points, some of the key highlights. I'm not gonna go over every single thing in this, but I will show you some of my favorite features. We have a 12.3-inch touchscreen display here. Absolutely gorgeous, very crisp, very responsive, just like that of something on the iPhone. Again, it's just great. You can go through, you've got your media up here, you've got your different telephone options, you've got your navigation, you've got where you can actually set up the car and set up your driving profile, set up your M buttons and whatnot, see the status of the car, and then you also have your different apps through here in the BMW store as well, all your climate controls through here. Absolutely love the carbon fiber here. The X6 M Competition, again, yet another subtle reminder of what the vehicle you are in, so we'll go ahead and pop that open. Heated and cooled cup holders, so you can keep your water cold and your coffee hot. I really do love that. You've got a USB plug through here, and you got a 12-volt adapter there. You also have a spot where you can charge a smartphone, so I've been keeping my iPhone in there. Very convenient. You just got to wait till the blue light lights up, and you're good to go. We have our shift stock through here. nice and ergonomical. Got an M embossment across the top. Again, tricolor stitching. Tons of M DNA throughout this vehicle. Just a constant reminder of what vehicle you're in. Pretty unforgettable. And you look through here, we've got the same trackpad. This is all touchscreen as well, and you can slide this diamond knurling knob through here, and this exactly mimics everything that's up here, so if you don't really want to touch it, you can touch down here. Let's go over to music, and I'll show you my favorite feature that's going to come out of this Bowers & Wilkins sound system, which again, up here you've got speaker, you've got speakers up here, over here, in the door, and as well as in the rear, so it's all over. But now, let's go ahead and play a song on my phone. We'll go ahead and get that going. And here we go. So you can do hand motions. To the right, we'll turn it up. And to the left, we'll turn it down. Now it is a little finicky. It's gonna take a little getting used to. Doesn't work every single time. And I had a passenger trying to do it from their side. And unless you get it right on, it's a little tough, but there's a couple more things. So here we go, we got it turned up. Let's say we want to stop it. 2 fingers at the same time. Very Harry Potter-esque. It's almost like you want to say like Leviosa whenever you do it. Right back on. Now if I wanted to change songs, you have to go to the right and to the left. I'm on a singular song right now, so I can't change left to right, but that's just really cool. It is kind of funny. I was actually talking to someone and I was like, yeah, like, you know, the park over there, and I went like this with my hand and actually changed the song, and that's how I first realized. I knew that you could do the up and down, but I didn't actually know you could do the change songs that way. So that's just a really cool feature, something just technologically advanced, and I really do enjoy that. And then on the steering wheel here, it has some of the adaptive assisted driving and whatnot, cruise control, and some voice commands here, and change between your different radio settings. This is a heated steering wheel. Tricolor stitching on the tri-spoke steering wheel. As far as the center console goes, plenty of space. I got a couple water bottles in here right now, and there's a USB-C plug in there as well. And then back here in the rear, you've got the rear climate control. It's pretty much mirrored up the same as the front, although you don't have the massage function in the rear. I'll also show you one thing too that's kind of interesting that I noticed, and I kind of liked the experience of it. It was kind of like the best of both worlds. I thought it was on accident, but you can turn on your cooled seat and also your heated seat. So you notice here you have the red and the blue. You got your heated seat and the cooled seat on. It's almost like, kind of like eating ice cream on a hot day. It's cooling you down and keeping you warm. So that's kind of funny. I thought this will show you the different configurations for the intelligent safety. And if we put it in reverse, really crisp and clean lines on the backup camera. I mean, this is just like very high quality resolution. You can see what's behind us. You can see the top-down view, different backup assisting. Before we go out and take it on the road, keep in mind this is a Sport Activity Coupe, so there are 5 seats in this vehicle. So I'm gonna hop in the back seat. I'm 6'5". I've got plenty of headroom in the front, but I'm gonna take a step in the back seat, see how I feel, and see how much leg room I have as well. All right, so we're gonna take a step here in the rear. Front seat is in a normal riding position. I've actually got quite a bit of legroom, and the headroom's actually great. Again, it is a Sport Activity Coupe, so it does slope. But I mean, as you can see, I've got a couple inches. I mean, it's not bad. And again, I'm 6'5", so it's very tall. I do like back here the little lighting features. It's very crisp and clean, and I think they had to put it right here because of the way the panoramic moonroof where it ends. But I think it's kind of great. Not too much going on. It's very simple. Get your lights on and off through there, and also. Take a look down here, we've got our M illuminated door plate, as well as the M tricolor badging through here. So there's so much in this vehicle. Here's the rear part through here. It's kind of stiff. A lot of cars have that kind of like mesh or something soft back here. This is pretty stiff, but I think it looks pretty good because it flows in with the rest of the rear seat. And then also as part of the executive package, I'll put this through here, you do have a manual sunshade for the rear back here, so you gotta actually lift this up and then click it in. It's not like terribly hard to do, but it's not something that's just gonna automatically go up and down. You do have to manually put it in. You do have a little bit of room for error if you can't get it exactly in, but I do like that. And you can just roll up the window and you get plenty of shade back here, which would be perfect for a hot sunny day, or if you got a baby in the back seat or groceries. It would definitely keep the sun and the heat down. And again, just take a look at this. It's just absolutely incredible. The tricolor stitching here on even the rear seat belt. So no detail was left untouched. All right, so now we've taken a look at the exterior, we've taken a look at the interior. Now all that's left is to go out and take it for a drive. We are behind the wheel of the 2020 BMW X6 M Competition. This is the top of the line, cream of the crop, tiered Sport Activity Coupe from their lineup. It is the third generation of the X6. Not only does this vehicle look incredible, but I think where it really shines is the performance. We've got a 4.4 liter twin turbo V8 stuffed up underneath the hood, producing 617 horsepower and 553 pound-foot of torque with a 3.7 second 0 to 60. This vehicle's really set up well for cooling. We've got 4 water pumps, 6 radiators, and a dedicated transmission cooler, so no overheating is to be had with this vehicle at all, and you can really push it to its limits. Right now we are in sport mode. Let's go ahead and launch it, and it really puts you back in your seat. Whew, takes the breath out of you almost. It's just really, really fast, and it really launches. This all-wheel drive is great. And the one thing I really love about this car to start out is that the fact that you can just floor it and you don't feel like it's going to get squirrely, you don't feel like it's going to break loose. You've got really no worries. It's such a large and planted vehicle, fairly heavy as well, and you feel like you can just get up and go and get on it when you want to, and there's no worry about any squirreliness or losing control of the vehicle. I really can't say enough good things about this car. It's just an absolute pleasure to drive. It's so fast. We've got the 8-speed Steptronic transmission in it. We've got a M rear differential and plenty of M DNA throughout this vehicle. I love the feel of it. I'm very comfortable in it as well. I'm 6'5" tall. I've got ample headroom. When we pop open the shade here for the moonroof, which, by the way, this whole headliner, all this is anthracite Alcantara headliner. Absolutely gorgeous. It completely blocks all the sunlight from coming through. But when we open that, we gain a couple inches, and now we've got tons of headroom. Again, I'm 6'5", so I'm a tall guy, so anyone would be comfortable in this vehicle. We've got plenty of leg room. These competition seats are comfortable. Only small flaw with that is that the bolsters on the sides are a little bit tight. I guess my hips are a little bit wider. My legs are so long that my left thigh kind of rides up on this bolster. Not a huge issue, but just something to consider as far as the seating goes. But all in all, very comfortable. We've got heated and cooled seats. We've got a massage seat function where you can activate your whole body or lower back or shoulders. I mean, it's just the cream of the crop. So not only are you driving in comfort, but you've also got that performance and speed aspect. And I really think if someone's going to buy this X6 M Competition and fork out that, $129,000 that's the MSRP of this vehicle, really going to spend that much money on a vehicle, you're really probably focused on the performance aspect of it. Otherwise, you might just opt for the X6 or the X6 M. But if you want that extra horsepower, you want those competition touches, you want the staggered 21, 22-inch wheels, which I think really adds to the overall feel of this vehicle. I've got to stop doing that when I'm trying to talk, because I pretty much just lose all train of thought and can't really speak, because it just really puts you back in your seat and just gets you woken up. And no need for coffee when you've got this thing. This is all the adrenaline rush that you need. It will certainly do that for you. I love also, it's got the electronic roll stabilization, so when we're coming into corners, we feel so planted and so grounded. I've been in some other cars as well. I won't name them, but they feel a little floaty, they feel a little bit like you're kind of loosey-goosey, a little bit top-heavy. This isn't, SUV, Sport Activity Coupe, so you are higher up, but when you're coming into these corners, you still feel very grounded and planted. As far as the actual, comfort of the vehicle and the visibility, excellent. I love it. I love Sport Activity Coupes because you do get behind that C-pillar, that third window, you can see right out. No really blind spots in this vehicle. Look over your left shoulder, you can see out that window as well, so that's excellent. I feel very safe. There's plenty of technology as far as the blind spot assist and the lane assist, and as far as that aspect of it, you're great. But if you want to do the manual, check over the shoulder, you're good to go there as well. Steering wheel feels great. It's adopted from the M5. We've got our M buttons on here where you can customize and set up the vehicle to your liking. So you get 2 different options. If I were to do this, I'd set up the left one probably as my comfort settings for my comfort steering, comfort suspension, and overall comfort for the engine and whatnot. But if you want to have a little fun, maybe you set up this one, M2 on Sport Plus. You can get out around town, get out on the track, have a good time. You can change between different modes here. Okay, so now we are in this road mode, and again we have sport and track. You got to keep it pressed down to get into track, kind of like a little special Easter egg function there. And you press activate track, and activate track is pretty cool as well. It turns off this 12.3-inch touchscreen display here, and that's so you can just focus on the road, focus on what's ahead. It turns off the radio, pretty much shuts off this whole center console, so you don't have a bunch of lights and buttons that are bothering you. You can really just focus on what's important, which in this case might be the RPM, or the gear, or the G-force, the vectoring of it and whatnot. So I think that's a pretty cool function as well. But when I've been driving around town, I just put it in sport mode. I really love the sound of it. You can turn off and on the exhaust, and that's something I really love as well. This is a great sound. It's a very powerful sound. It's not like an annoying, you get tired after a little while. Not overbearing, overwhelming. You know, I drove the SVR, and that was a pretty aggressive, you know, pops and whatnot. And I've driven the AMGs and, you know, the Mercedes side of things, and they have some pretty good pops. And I've also driven cars with the burble tune, which is fun for a little while, but after a long, you know, long bit of doing it, you kind of get a little tired of it. So this is nice. You don't really get tired of this sound because it's almost like pure power. I do have the exhaust switched on. I can switch it off. I haven't really driven much with it off, so we'll get an acceleration here with it off, and we'll see what it sounds like just for comparison. I have a feeling it's going to be kind of hard to muffle this beastly V8, but we'll see. Let's go ahead and get it up. Right here, it's off. Wow, that is quite the change, actually. I really didn't think that was going to be that muffled, but let's go ahead and pop it back on. And there we go. Wow, that's a nice difference. I will be honest, I was not sold with BMW at first. I did a review on an M3 convertible, and that was a 2018 model. And I really was just, it was fine, but it just didn't do it for me. Something just wasn't there. And then I slowly started to do AMGs and pretty much did the whole Mercedes lineup, so I really kind of fell in love with that. And then getting back into this is kind of like sealed the deal for me. I'm back on side BMW. I mean, I'm not partial to any car, but I give it the seal of approval here. After driving it, it kind of came around. I think, you know, this is 2 years later, some different technology and whatnot. Whoa. Wow, this is too fast. This is a fast car. That was just a quick little 0 to 50 pull, but it felt like I was pulling a couple G's, taking off to orbit. I call this thing the rocket. I told my girlfriend I was picking her up, and I sent her like the little emoji of the rocket, because that's literally what this car is. It's just a fast car. Oh my goodness. It does have the 8-speed Steptronic transmission. You can utilize, just drive it automatically, or utilize the paddles mounted to the rear of the tri-spoke steering wheel, or utilize the shifter knob here in the center console. So we got 3 different options on how to drive this car, each equally as fun as the next. Although I'd say these paddle shifters might be the way to go. So we'll pop it here. We're in D3, D2, right around 4,000 RPM. Red line is close to 7,000. Boom, right there. Woo. Oh man, I never really like to take it. I'll take it close to red line, but I can never fully, like, you know, max it out. I know some of my friends will just hammer it, but I like to get it a little bit right before, maybe hit it in the sweet spot. This car does have a really good sweet spot, I'd say, going from like 2nd gear to 3rd gear in the 3,500 RPM range. To me, it's like the sweet spot on this car that I found after driving it quite a bit. And all in all, I've really enjoyed my time with it. Thanks again for checking out this video. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you already have an X6M or you're looking to get one, hopefully this video helped out. If you end up going out to look at one or buying one, shoot me a message on Instagram at drive615 and let me know what you end up with. I like to know what spec people would end up with. I would personally probably get this exact spec if I was going to buy one, but it's always curious to see what other people get. So thanks again. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.